And it feels so good.
Hi, my name is Alida Bonifaz. I'm a commercial fashion and beauty photographer from Houston, Texas. So I love to shoot fashion and beauty, but I also do headshots, fine art portraits, musicians, people. Today I'm shooting on the Canon EOS R6 with the new 24-105 2.8 RF lens. It's my first time shooting an RF lens. I'm super excited about it. Thank you to Houston Camera Exchange and Canon for loaning it out today.
Yeah, you better.
What does a day shooting with Alida look like?
Oh gosh, it depends on if you're coming in as a model for a model portfolio, if you're coming in as a commercial client or a headshot or portrait client. I love to do the editorial fashion stuff. I get to work with an awesome team of hair and makeup and wardrobe stylists. Sometimes I get to do the wardrobe, which I did for this shoot, so I get to go out shopping and picking out what we're gonna do for every look, get to come up with different concepts and figure out how to tie it all together. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna do a beauty shoot, maybe get a little bit of fashion in there, so we get to see how the lens performs getting close crops for beauty and the further full body shots for fashion. Today I'm working with Corey Aston, Zelty Mendoza, and Isabel Lee. Corey Aston's a makeup artist. She does avant-garde, editorial, bridal, commercial, headshots, anything you can think of. Corey can do it and she does it really, really well. I've got Zelty Mendoza. She's newer to the editorial world, but she is awesome, coming up with some just phenomenal things every time I work with her. Super excited to see what she comes up with today. Oh, I fumbled on that. Super excited to see what she comes up with today.
Yeah, you better.
What do you do to gain inspiration?
Yeah, after a couple of months of a lot of client work, I wasn't feeling like I had a lot of creative ideas, and suddenly I had these 2 test shoots that were coming up and I needed to just come up with something. It was like 4 a.m. one night and I was just like looking through like jewelry on Etsy, and there was this really cool like piece of jewelry that was a butterfly. And like I was telling my team, like I've seen butterflies done like so many times, but this piece of jewelry like inspired like making these cool little like foil butterflies and doing some cellophane between them just to, as kind of like a cool jewelry sort of aspect. So we're playing with that and gonna pop in some gels and some of that shutter drag to see if we can get something interesting out of that. Wardrobe can be an inspiration. Sometimes I'm at the store and I'm like, this jacket is awesome, so let's play off of that. What can we do with that? Or I think about what team I'm with, so what are their strengths? And like Corey's great with editorial and avant-garde. That's something I'm always thinking of when I'm deciding on what we're gonna do that day. Zelty also just has a very cool editorial style, so we go that direction. Sometimes one of the team members goes, I have this cool idea, and then so we work around them. So it just really depends. For test work, you know, the sky's the limit, we can do whatever. So I'm finding the combination of the R6 Mark II with this lens really powerful. The autofocus on the camera is excellent. It's super fast. On the R, which is what I've been shooting on, it's not really as quick. It's not really great at the eye detection, so I've been just had it set to where I was using my thumb to focus on the eye. So I was constantly moving my thumb, which is a great feature of the R, but this autofocus does an awesome job at detecting the eye, which means I can just completely take my mind off of that. And the zoom that I can go back and forth with this lens is making things, I just love it, because I'm used to shooting beauty on the 100mm, which means I'm like stepping back and stepping forward and stepping back, and I don't have the same range. And with this, I can just stay in the same spot, or you know, I can move around, but the zoom is allowing for a lot of versatility in what I'm doing, which is awesome. So I'm loving that. So yeah, the combination between those 2 things so far, really, really awesome. I mean, it's excellent for portrait. Excellent for portrait and fashion, beauty. When I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it for beauty. I was like, sounds cool, but why do I need that? But then once I started having that capacity to zoom in and out with the combination of the super fast zoom, it was just like, oh, okay, I get it.
Back and forth.
Right, it's just wouldn't think, because I've used it 24/7 all the time, and this is just a very smooth zoom. It's just nice. It's just a nice, very smooth, quick zoom, so I can, while I'm doing the beauty, it's great. I'm really in love with how these two pieces of gear work together. From the super fast and sharp autofocus that can find a model's eye mid-walk, to the easy and smooth focus that allows me to grab a beauty shot and follow it up with a full body shot, these can be the essentials in any portrait or fashion and beauty photographer's bag. If you're considering the 24-70 or the 100mm lenses, I would definitely give this lens a look.
What would your dream camera setup look like?
That's really hard. I mean, I've always had to be so like kind of scrappy, and like I was always so budget oriented, and I've always been like, okay, only buy what I need as I need it. So if I had to think about that, I mean, an upgrade like this would be really nice. The R's, I've been feeling like, oh, I'm fine, I don't need to upgrade, but I'm seeing the benefit. Like every time they go up, you see that benefit of that eye focus is really, really good. And I hadn't yet experienced like just taking my mind off of that part. Just like I can just focus on framing everything the way I want to frame it. And yeah, that's super helpful, because I already have so many things in my head. I'm doing shutter drag, so I'm like thinking of like how every light is working, and how like the hair and makeup are looking, and how the light is hitting every butterfly. So it'd be able to take my mind off of the autofocus, and like super helpful. Alida Bonifaz, a commercial and portrait photographer in Houston, Texas. You can find my work at www.alidabonifazphotography.com or on Instagram at @AlidaBon. Yeah, actually it's just @AlidaBon. And you can find my awesome team from today here, Delty Mendoza, Corey Austin, and Isabel Lee.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and come visit us at the Houston Camera Exchange, 5900 Richmond Avenue.